In this video, I will guide you through the top 5 female weaknesses every man should be aware of before turning 30. Let's face it, regardless of how self-assured or self-sufficient a woman may appear, there are underlying vulnerabilities that every man needs to recognize. And we're not referring to insecurity or jealousy. Those are merely superficial distractions. So, why examine these weaknesses? Not to take advantage of them, but to comprehend them. Relationships can be complicated, and people often engage in games whether they acknowledge it or not. Understanding the true motivations behind behaviors gives you an advantage, whether you're dating, enhancing a relationship, or simply improving your communication skills. This insight can transform your perspective. It allows you to see beyond facades, sidestep typical pitfalls, and foster deeper connections. So stay tuned, because once you grasp these 5 hidden weaknesses, your view on relationships will be forever changed. Emotional validation is her greatest weakness. Women may appear strong and self-sufficient, yet beneath that facade lies a crucial reality. Emotional validation influences everything. Regardless of the type of relationship, be it casual, serious, or platonic, she longs to be acknowledged, listened to, and appreciated. However, it's important to note that validation does not equate to agreement. It's not about solving her issues. It's about recognizing her feelings without minimizing them. For instance, if she's expressing frustration about a tough day, your first instinct might be to suggest solutions. But what she truly needs is for you to respond with, "That sounds really tough. It's understandable that you're feeling this way." This slight adjustment can lead to a significant impact. She will feel secure, understood, and connected to you. Why is this such a significant vulnerability? Because many people fail to validate her feelings. They often dismiss her emotions, label her as too emotional, or advise her to move on. By stepping in to provide that validation, you foster a connection that transcends logic. It becomes instinctual. However, there's a crucial point to remember. Emotional validation isn't a manipulation tactic. If you're insincere, she will pick up on it, and that bond will break. Genuine validation involves truly listening and ensuring she feels acknowledged, even if you don't fully agree with her perspective. Picture this. She returns home upset because her boss overlooked her efforts. Instead of telling her to just let it go, you could say, "I understand why that would upset you." It's that straightforward, yet it can transform everything. Emotional validation fosters deep connections. You put in so much effort, it's unfair not to receive the acknowledgement you deserve. These simple phrases validate her emotions. You didn't solve the issue or provide solutions. You simply expressed empathy. This shift can make a significant difference. Why is this important? Emotional validation cultivates trust, intimacy, and a sense of safety. It's not about changing your identity. It's about recognizing and honoring this essential need. She's attracted to confidence yet afraid of control. Confidence is alluring. It conveys strength, leadership, and security, traits that naturally draw women in. However, there's a catch. Excessive confidence can come across as controlling, which can lead to resistance. Why does this happen? Women often look for stability in a partner. When a man exudes certainty, makes decisions decisively, and understands his value, he becomes captivating. But if that confidence begins to infringe on her independence, it can backfire. For instance, you suggest weekend plans, and she mentions she's busy with a friend. Instead of honoring her commitment, you try to change her plans. What you perceive as assertiveness, she interprets as control. Consequently, the very quality that attracted her can end up pushing her away. The solution? Find balance. Confidence should inspire, not overpower. By respecting her autonomy, your presence will become something she desires, rather than resists. True confidence. Leading without overbearing. Confidence is not about control. It's about guiding while honoring her autonomy. Women appreciate men who can make decisions while still considering their opinions. When her thoughts are valued and her limits are acknowledged, your confidence comes across as comforting rather than threatening. Here's an effective way to approach a situation. If she's unsure about where to eat, instead of waiting for her to choose or imposing your preference, suggest, "I know you've been wanting Italian. How about we try that new place downtown?" This demonstrates your ability to lead while still respecting her tastes. Why do women fear being controlled? It undermines their identity. No one wants to feel like they are losing themselves in a relationship. By combining confidence with respect, you convey that you are secure in who you are and view her as an equal. This balance fosters trust. She recognizes that you can be assertive when necessary, but won't overstep her boundaries. When a woman genuinely trusts you, her attraction can grow in ways you might not expect. The need for understanding. One of the most overlooked aspects of women is their profound need to be understood. It's not merely a desire, it's a crucial requirement. Women flourish in relationships built on connection, and at the core of that connection is the feeling of being truly acknowledged, the deep need for understanding. Consider this. How often have you witnessed a woman feeling exasperated, not due to disagreement, but because she sensed that her voice was ignored? For her, the issue isn't about being right or wrong. It's about being acknowledged, heard, and appreciated in a world that frequently dismisses her feelings. This highlights the importance of communication. Shallow conversations fall short. She longs for depth, a safe space to express herself without fear of judgment. When that space is absent, it breeds a quiet frustration that can evolve into resentment. The reality is that everyone desires to be understood, but for women, it's crucial for their emotional health. When she shares her aspirations, anxieties, or even minor daily challenges, she isn't seeking solutions. She's looking for connection, a sign that someone genuinely cares. The paradox? Many women feel misunderstood, even by those they are closest to. This is why they often confide in best friends or even strangers, because authentic understanding is a rarity. Have you ever heard a woman exclaim, "You just don't get it"? That frustration stems not from the words spoken, but from a sense of disconnection. However, what sets you apart is that you don't have to agree on everything. You don't need to anticipate her thoughts. What matters is that you listen, with patience and empathy. When she feels genuinely understood, it fosters a connection that transcends words, creating a bond that makes her feel invaluable. Her guarded vulnerability, a complex reality. Women may appear emotionally open, but the reality is much more intricate. Her shielded sensitivity, the challenge many men overlook. Beneath her exterior, she is protective. She may appear strong, self-sufficient, even aloof. Yet internally, she grapples with the desire to let someone in while fearing the potential fallout. This is not a game. It's about survival. Many men misinterpret her reluctance as a lack of interest. Wake up. She's not being elusive. She's safeguarding herself. Years of emotional turmoil, betrayal, and disappointment have made her wary. When she finally opens up, she offers more of herself than you might expect. Here's where men often go wrong. They push too hard. They anticipate immediate transparency, thinking that if she doesn't reveal everything right away, she's complicated. That's incorrect. If you can't embrace her vulnerability, you don't earn her trust. The reality is, women don't easily give their hearts away. They test, not to play games, but to determine if you're worth the risk. Are you patient? Reliable? Do you truly listen? Do you pay attention to the little things she shares? Because the stronger your trust foundation, the more she will lower her defenses. And here's the twist. Her protective nature isn't merely a flaw. It reflects you. How you respond reveals more about your character than hers. Approach with a sense of entitlement, and you'll never uncover her true depth. Approach with patience, and you'll discover a connection more profound than you ever imagined. Her need for security conflicts with her desire for adventure. She seeks stability, yet she also craves excitement. The uncomfortable reality many men overlook. A significant number of men struggle in relationships because they believe they have all the answers about women. The harsh truth is, if you don't commit to learning, adapting, and evolving, you won't become the partner she desires. Many men are caught up in seeking instant approval, opting for shallow connections. Stand out. Be the man who pursues meaningful interactions. Appreciate the emotional and psychological aspects that define her. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you observed these patterns in your relationships? What has your journey been like in genuinely understanding women? Share your thoughts below. I'll respond personally. Authentic discussions foster stronger relationships. And keep this in mind. Women seek more than just love. They crave genuine understanding. If you're not providing that, someone else will. Let that resonate.